right, here we are. Dysen, Gould, Sam Herring, Ryan Warner, about to do all-star team for the last 5 years of Iowa. How you doing, Dyson?
Doing good. Excited to talk some Iowa wrestling today.
Oh, yeah. How about you, Ryan?
I'll say what Tom Brands once said. Go Gable, go Hawks.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Let's do it. All right, so basically in this video, we're going to start at 125. We're going to go weight by weight, looking at the last 5 years of Iowa lineups, and we're going to take the best version of each wrestler, whoever it may be. So at 125, we've got 3 years of Spencer Lee, 2 years of Thomas Gilman, so we're going to have to pick between the best version of each wrestler. We've prepared a spreadsheet for you guys to look at while we're doing this video. I'll pull it up here real quick. Here we are, and you can see we're starting at 125. Like I said, we got 2 years of Thomas Gilman, 2016, 2017, and 3 years of Spencer Lee, 2018 through 2020. Let's start with you, Dyson. What are you thinking at this weight when you look at Thomas Gilman, where he never did win it? He was a two-time AA. He took second and third in these 2 years. And then obviously we know Spencer Lee. He's the recent champ. He's famous. Everybody loves Spencer Lee. He's a two-time NCAA champ and the favorite this year. But then the coronavirus hit us pretty hard, so Spencer wasn't able to go for his third. Dyson, what are you thinking of this weight?
I think I'm going to have to go with the 2020 Spencer Lee. He was just, like you said, Gilman never able to get that he was very dominant, but was just never able to get that national title when Spencer has two going for should have went for his third. And I just think he's a Hodge finalist this year. He was real dominant. Only think 2 matches went to the third period, maybe or another. That was before postseason, but real dominant. I'll have to go with the 2020 Spencer Lee for my best guy in this weight.
What about you, Ryan?
Do we pick the same guy, or is it just, or do we have to pick someone else now that he's off the board?
No, you can pick your own team, whoever it is, whether he's been picked or not.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely gonna go 2020 Spencer Lee, but I was thinking, I didn't know if I could pick him or not. If I wasn't able to pick him, I would say that it was a real toss-up between 2018 Lee and Gilman's senior year. I thought Gilman was so good that year, and then a couple months after the Nationals, he went to the World Team Trials and stunned everyone. But I don't know how you can't go 2020 Spencer Lee.
Yeah, I agree. And one thing we have to look at, like you said, if we're not looking, like if we're saying second place, like who's on the second team, it's you have to think about. So to make it easy, we'll talk about best version in that year, because obviously Spencer Lee has had some ups and downs. Like he went in 2018, he lost to who was that Oregon State guy?
Bresser.
Yes, Ronnie Bresser. He lost to Ronnie Bresser at Midlands, and then beat up Nick Soriano later in that season. And then the same thing happened in 2019. So to make everything easy, let's look at best version in that year. So obviously Thomas Gilman lost to Darian Cruz in the semis in 2017, but then later that year took second in the world. But I don't think we can count that because it's NCAA.
True. Very good point.
I agree with you all. 2020 Spencer Lee's really dominant, really good. I think he'd be on this team. And when you look at it, you've got Spencer Lee. This is probably the only weight that we're going to do where we're going to see this matchup later, hopefully. Olympic team trials are coming up, hopefully soon. But we don't really know. But we might get to see this match. Gilman's looking good. He beat Fix. And Spencer Lee obviously has been dominating. He dominated the senior nationals. So I think we're going to get to see the match of both these guys optimized. So that one's going to be really, really fun.
Oh, man. I got to tell you, Thomas Gilman's been looking so good lately. I was going to pick Gilman if the trials were to happen, but I don't know now. So, what happens. But Gilman was looking great this year.
Yes, he was. And, his confidence level, listening to him talk and everything with Coach Perry in his corner and talking to him, getting him primed for these competitions. I think that's one thing about Gilman that maybe in college he wasn't able to do just because he he was competing every weekend. And a guy like Gilman, he's going to train through his duels, and he's not going to focus on peaking too much and taking time off because that's just the kind of guy Gilman is. So
Right.
when he's training and only has about one competition a month or every other month even, he's going to be that much more optimized because he can peak. Dysen, who are you taking at Olympic team trials between these two?
I'll take Spencer. Sticking my home roots of PA and YG, baby, Young Guns. I think Spencer gets him.
Yeah, PA power. Rocking the sweatshirt there, Dysen. But let's move up to 133, where we got Corey Clark, 2016, 2017. Then 2018, we got Paul Glenn. And 2019, we have Austin DeSanto. 2020, we have Austin DeSanto as well. This one's, you get so many different types of people in this match. Like, even 2019 DeSanto versus 2020 DeSanto are two completely different people. And then Corey Clark was very similar to Gilman. Just he holds great position. He'll bang with you for 7 minutes hard. And Paul Glenn's the same way. And Austin DeSanto is a little bit different. He's more wide open and he'll come at you, but he makes a lot more mistakes because of that pace. So I think if we're talking stylistically, I think Corey Clark from 2017 would take this one, in my opinion, just because of the position that he holds and his strong single leg. He'd be able to finish a bunch of times, I think, on DeSanto and Glenn. Ryan, what you got?
So I will preface by saying when I was still coaching, I coached both Paulie Glenn and Topher Carton. So I got to keep that in mind. And Paul Glenn is my boy. But
I love Paul.
I love Paul Glenn. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I'm going with 2020 DeSanto. I was in love with watching DeSanto wrestle this year. I do think his offense is a little lopsided. Like if someone keeps that arm back, like we saw RBY do, it's pretty hard for him to score. I love the turnaround that kid's made. Like I was ready to write him off after his freshman year at Drexel when he completely collapsed at nationals and tried to break Michik's arm. But I'm pro DeSanto, 2020 DeSanto. That's who I got.
Awesome. And Dysen?
I think I'll have to go with 2017 Corey Clark winning the national title that year. I think just like you said, the stylistic matchup and stuff. I'd love to see these three go at it in the room and Hawkeye Wrestling Club practice. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be so fun. Do you guys know if Paul Glenn is still there?
In training in Iowa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's a senior this year. This is his last year.
So, yeah, those guys probably do go at it in the room.
He's their main partner. He goes to all the tournaments, all the Big Tens, all that stuff. He's definitely
awesome.
scrapped with all of them.
That is awesome. I'd love to see those battles for sure. Those would be fun. And up to 141 pounds. This one is a little bit less deep. Between the three guys at 33, Clark, Glenn, and DeSanto, that was a pretty deep weight. But up at 41, you got Brody Grothis, Topher Carton, Vince Turk, Max Murin. And you got Max Murin twice. So when we look at this weight, you got Brody Grothis in 2016 went 4-6 on the season. Topher Carton was a national qualifier in 2017. Vince Turk went round of 16 in his year. And then Max Murin was round of 16 and national qualifier this year. But obviously, NCAA's got canceled this year, so we wasn't able to see if he could get All-American. So this weight has no All-Americans. Ryan, who you got?
At this weight, I'm going Topher Carton, my main man all day. He is someone I started coaching in middle school, so I got to go with him. And I also think he would fare well. Murin is a beast, no doubt. And I also loved watching Vince Turk. He was a Montini guy, and he'd wrestle. Dude, he would score. He won a lot of first periods against some really good kids, but I'm still going Carton.
And Dysen?
I think I'll go with 2020 Max Murin. I think he was just – his offense was clicking this year, and I think he was really poised to be an All-American this year. Does anyone remember what seed he was?
Who is that? Max Murin?
Yeah, this year.
I do not. I could look it up real quick though. And while I'm looking that up, I'm going to go with you, Dyson. I think 2020 Max Marion was looking good. I know he battled some injuries with his shoulder, so that made it a little bit harder to compete. But I think he did do what he could. He beat McKee, and he looked really good doing it. Yeah, I think he's been really strong this year. Just a hard worker. And yeah, I think he's the best. Like, he won Midlands this year. Finally broke through. I think he does what he needs to do for to get on this team. So this one, we had a little bit of diversity, just like last time. I'm liking this. Before this video, I thought we would struggle having us all pick the same team, but no, it's gonna be a little bit better. Let's move up to 49, where we have a great battle between Brandon Sorensen, 3-time AA in these 3 years that he was there, but he was a 4-time AA overall. In 2016, took second, 2017, third, and 2018, fifth. He was a 3-time Midlands champ, just a hammer for the Hawkeyes. I really enjoyed watching Sorensen wrestle, and I think he has a great style. Similar to Corey Clark, he's in there to wrestle hard, but he holds great position. He's got a really solid single leg, and I think he would take this team. I would put him on the team, but Pat Lugo, man, he's been looking great this year. Ranked number 1 in 2020 going into the NCAAs. Obviously didn't get his chance to do it, but he was an All-American in 2019. And, man, this is a tough one, but I'm going to take Sorensen in his 2016. I'm going to take 2016 Sorensen, which is, I believe, the first time we've taken a 2016 guy. Dyson, who you got?
I have to agree with you on that one. I think I'm going to go with 2016 Brandon Sorensen as well. Runner-up that year, losing to Rutherford. That poor guy lost to Rutherford so many times.
Yeah, I did.
Freaking hated
Do you remember
that.
the match at Carver, though, when he took him to double overtime?
I remember that one. That one was that was great.
Have
I
you
love
watched
going
it?
back to watch that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
watch it.
it's
I
so
had to watch
good.
it afterwards, though. I wasn't that big of a wrestling fan at the time.
Neither was
me
I.
either.
Wasn't
Yeah.
watching them live, but I have watched it since then a lot of times, and it was a great one.
I don't think I've ever watched it, but I think I've maybe seen a couple clips from it or something, or like heard about
Dude,
it.
it went like triple overtime at Carver. It was awesome.
Like I said, I'll have to go with 2016 Brandon Sorensen here. I hate picking against my man Pat, but gotta go with Sorensen.
This one is probably the closest toss-up we've had so far, in my opinion. Like, deep down, I think Corey Clark probably would have beaten DeSanto, even though I like DeSanto's style. But this is a real toss-up. I'm going to go Lugo, man. Lugo was just a gamer at the end of the year. And Sorensen always wrestled. They both wrestle, in my opinion, kind of a boring style, a really tight style. I mean, both of them were just like that. So, I mean, I'm going Lugo.
All right, which year? 2019, 2020?
2020.
And Dyson, which Sorensen did you take?
2016.
2016? Okay.
Also, before we move on to 57, Sorensen strong, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Should have worn my bandana.
You should have. I love the wrestling community since Sorensen's had his health issues. The wrestling community has really rallied around him and supported him in a great way. I really do. That's a great example of how awesome the wrestling community is.
No question about it, man. It's hard to imagine someone that fit going through that, but certainly hoping things are going as well as they can.
Absolutely. And real quick, if you guys look at the screen, I have circled the guys. Ryan, you are in red. I am in green, and Dyson's in yellow. So just for future reference, looking at that, let's move up to 157, where this weight has 4 different guys: Edwin Cooper, Michael Kemmer, Caleb Young. 3 different guys. And when you look at it, this one's confusing because I feel like Michael Kemmer's 2 years at 57 have really not been remembered as much. And Caleb Young, All-American last year and went 0-2 at the Big Tens this year. And then you look at Edwin Cooper. He placed 4th at the Big Ten championships, qualified 1 year, to the NCAAs, so I don't think we're going to be looking at Cooper too much in this. But for Kemmerer, his 2 years, he was an All-American, taken 4th and then 3rd. I mean, he was really, really good. Spent the last 3 months of his 2018 season ranked number 2, and went 19-0 in his first 19 matches. Overall, 33-3 on his season. So a great event, great tournament for him, great year for him. And then you got Caleb Young, Punxsutawney for Dysen. But he was an AA in 2019. He took 5th, and he won Midlands this year. And going into nationals, he was the 8th seed before it got canceled. So, Dysen, who you got? I know you got some bias here, but just let me know who you got.
I'll have to go 2018 Michael Kemmerer. I 3rd at NCAAs that year, 2nd at Big Tens. I think he was just pretty good that year and solid. I think I'll have to take him over Caleb.
Man, Dysen and I don't split up. Dang, I'm going with the same one. Dang.
You probably thought we were going to split up there, but we didn't.
I really did. I thought you were going to take Caleb Young. I know you really, really like him. And he looked good last year. Taking 5th at the NCAAs was pretty solid in a tough bracket, too.
Beating Deacon twice.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Deacon's insane. He's really, really good. And Michael Kemmerer handled him twice last year. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take Kemmerer as well, like I said, but, man, it's close. 2019 Caleb Young was pretty darn good. Ryan, who you got?
I'm going Kemmerer as well, guys. I remember watching him that year and being like, if it wasn't for Nolf, this guy would definitely be a national champ. He's just solid.
And
Go ahead.
He had a bad draw too to hit to hit Nolf. Or no, was that the year he got pinned by Palacio?
No, I think he got pinned by Palacio in 2017.
So why did he end up taking 3rd this year?
Oh wait, I'm not sure.
I think it was this year because he was the 2nd seeder, ranked number 2. He took 3 losses, but he ended up taking 3rd. And I feel like that was the year that Nolf wrestled Jordan in the semis and teched him. But
what was the year that he was seeded?
Lavalley.
When was Kemmerer seeded 6th? That year or last year? No, he was out last year.
In 2017 or 2018 that he medical forfeited out or got 6th at Big Tens?
It was 2017.
I'm looking up to see real quick on WrestleStat what year he was.
Okay. I'll look up the bracket for the 2018 NCAAs. And while we're doing that, we could look up at 65 where you got Marinelli. Marinelli is the tough one here.
2017 was the year when he got pinned by Palacio.
2017 was?
Yeah.
So who did he lose to in 2018?
2018, he lost to Nolf early in the tournament, like real early.
Really?
Because he had a win by fall, then lost to Nolf 6-2.
Here, I'll look up the bracket here. I got it pulled up. So Nolf in 2018, he wrestled Nolf in the quarter, so he had the 6th seed. That was the year he had the 6th seed. Lost to Nolf in the quarter 6-2. And that's when Nolf teched Jordan in the semis and then beat Hidley 6-2. I would have loved to see a Kemmerer-Hidley battle that year.
I still think Hidley beat Nolf last year in the semis.
Yeah.
Was that when it went down? Maybe not beat him, but it was so freaking close, man.
Yeah.
It was hard for me because I really, really loved Nolf at that time, and I still do. But I feel like I was really biased, and every time I look back, I still feel that bias a little bit. But when I try to look at it and watch it just as a ref, maybe, I really feel like Hidley had the takedown. But
Sam.
I'm never going to say that Nolf would have lost that match because I know we all know that Nolf is going to wrestle a completely different match after those points. Yeah, what's up, Dysen?
We should watch that match on Zoom. Shout out
Yeah, we
Zoom.
could do that. We could do that. I think we'd have to get permission for that. We might have to do that another time. But yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We could just do like a video of going back and watching a bunch of matches. That'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And just like maybe I know Ryan has a lot about the older matches, older Iowa guys. And those are topics that I have very little knowledge about. It'd be fun to go back and watch some of those guys that I don't really remember as much, and I'm sure Dyson doesn't either.
Mark Ironside, Kerry Colat is the best match I've ever watched. That's one of those old ones.
Where is that? Is that on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. It was at the All-Star meet. I think it was 95 or 96 at Carver Hawkeye. And this is a match that you will not even believe you're watching. It's so good. And the other one is Eric Guerrero, Doug Schwab, also at Carver Hawkeye.
I've seen that one, I believe.
Both are incredible. Dyson, you'd love them, man.
I will watch them right after this show.
We should totally get you guys back on and just go back and watch these matches. We'll get permission if we watch any flow videos or anything.
Right.
We'll put them up here. We should totally do that sometime.
The good thing about those old ones is that they're all just kind of posted randomly. Like, it's not like a flow video. You're right. On the flow ones, we definitely should. But some of those old ones are like just random people uploading them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't have obviously flow until much later. I think both of those are Iowa Public Television, and then someone just threw them up there. We should definitely do that though.
We'll have to plan a time.
Yeah.
Real quick, you know that this is kind of off topic, but you said flow was kind of later. Flow was created in 2006, same year I was born.
Wow. But they didn't start. When did they start getting the rights to stream real, like, big time content? Because it used to just be user generated uploading stuff.
Yeah,
it was
like a YouTube kind of for wrestling, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it was. I'm not really sure when they made that jump. I think it was around 2010 that they did, but I'm not sure. But let's keep it moving here. We're getting short on time, so up to 65. We got Patrick Rhodes, Joey Gunther, Alex Marinelli. To me, this one's pretty clear cut. It's 2020 Alex Marinelli all the way.
Agreed.
I mean, Joey Gunther, Patrick Rhodes, they were solid. They had some good wins in their career, but man, when you look at what Alex Marinelli's been able to do this year, it's just incredible, really. Dyson?
I'll have to agree with you with 2020 Alex Marinelli. Just so dominant, pinning guys and scoring a lot of bonus points for the Hawkeyes. Definitely got to go with 2020 Marinelli.
Oh, yeah. All right, so now we all agree on that one. Let's move down to 74. You got Alex Meyer in 2 years. You got Joey Gunther, Mitch Bowman, and then 2020 Michael Kemmer again. Michael Kemmer could be on this team twice. That'd be funny. You have to do
You have to have him on this team twice, I feel like. I mean, this year he was
warm-up back-to-back for him.
Yeah, this year he was lights out.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree. Moving down to 74, I put Kemmer back on the team again. Ryan, you feel the same way?
I do.
And Dyson, what you got?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you guys. Kemmer's just been lights out this year. Only lost to Hall in the Big Ten Finals. Pinning Skatska, that was unbelievable.
His semifinal match, who did he wrestle? Was that Skatska?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was an incredible match where he just put points on and he didn't stop. This is another match where it's a young guns guy. I really love watching. I've been watching him since high school, and man, Michael Kemmer's done so much incredible wrestling. He is so good. But let's go up to 84. This one's gonna be tougher. You got 2 years of Sam Brooks. You got Mitch Bowman, Cash Wilkie, and then Abe Assad. This one's definitely tougher for us to pick. Let's start with you, Ryan. Who you got?
I'm going Sammy Brooks, his senior year.
So that would be 2017, I believe. That was
right.
That was a good year for him.
Big fan of that guy.
Dyson?
I'll go 2016 Sammy Brooks.
Ah.
Oh, never mind. It's 2017.
2017. Yeah, I was a little confused there.
I was looking at the doc, and it was
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong way. So yeah, 2017 got fourth at NCAA's Big Ten champion. Definitely gotta go with 2017.
Oh yeah.
Sammy Brooks.
I'm going the same
So
way.
what-
We've been
real
pretty
quick.
boring recently, but I'm going the
Is
same
that the
way.
year
Go
I
ahead.
picked too? Is
Yeah.
that his
Yeah.
last year? Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've agreed on the last 4 now. But man, these are pretty clear cut. There's some like Abasad looked good this year, but I don't think he was on the level that Sam Brooks is on. So let's look at 197. This one's a little bit tougher. You got to make a decision on the competition here. So you got 2016 Nathan Burak, then you got 2 years of Cash Wilkie and 2 years of Jacob Warner. Cash Wilkie looked really good in his 2 years, 2017, 2018. And then Jacob Warner these last 2 years just been getting better, solid continual growth. But this one's tough. Ryan, who you got?
This one here, boys, I'm going with Jacob Warner of last year.
2019?
Yeah. Not that he wouldn't have done better this year, but this year there was a couple times where things were – I mean, he got some big wins. I mean, it's just a tough weight, but maybe a little tighter than I would have liked. But I mean, what can you say? He's a stud wrestler. I'm going last year's Jacob Warner.
Absolutely. And, Jacob's from Illinois. Did you ever coach for him or against him?
So that was after he's younger. So that was after I had moved to California. But he is from Illinois. A lot of those guys are Sammy Brooks, Abasad, and Warner, and then Cassiope are all from Illinois.
We'll get there, yeah. Cassiope, he's been on the Illinois scene for a long time. Just wrestling, kid state tournament and everything. He was good as a kid, and still is. But anyway, Dysen, who you got?
I'm gonna go with 2016 Nathan Burak. You got fourth at NCAA's last year, that year Big Ten runner-up. I think he was dominant that year, and I'm gonna have to go with him.
When you look at this, you've got Nathan Burak took fourth, Jacob Warner took seventh, and then Cash Wilkie ended up not placing at NCAA's, and he lost in the blood round in 2017. But when you look at these guys, obviously just based on the numbers, Nathan Burak should take it. But man, when I look back at that weight in 2016, 197 wasn't very deep. I think what Jacob Warner had to go through, both guys. So Nathan Burak reached as high as number 3 in the rankings, and Warner to number 4. I'm gonna have to say 2019 Jacob Warner, just because of that. So
we finally split.
Yeah, we finally split at 97. Let me put it down here, and then you look up to heavyweight. This one's got 4 years. This is the first time we get 4 years of somebody. 4 years of Sam Stoll, and then Cassiope from this year. This one's tough because Sam Stoll went through so many injuries and so many swings. This is where we're gonna have to pull up best of their career again, because at some points in the season he didn't look very good, and at some, like when he was hurt and coming back from injury. So we're gonna have to look at what point in that year that they were at their best, and then you take that version of them. So Ryan, who are you looking at here?
This might be recency bias, but I like Tony Cassiope. I don't know if he ever beats the 2 guys that are ahead of him in the country right now, or maybe even Kirkley, but I think I'd feel more comfortable with him than Stoll in the lineup, and he has a higher potential. So I'm going Tony Cass, Big Tone.
Another Illinois guy.
I know.
I'll agree with you on that one, Ryan. I think Tony's a real fast, explosive heavyweight. I think, like you said, I'd feel more safe with him in the lineup. I think he has a higher potential and could do more things in the lineup than Stoll could.
Yeah, I think I agree. Here, Stoll never really placed too high. I think his highest placing at the NCAAs was 5th, and I think Stoll could definitely I think his best year was probably that year he took 5th in 2018. But if Cassiope, which his abilities of like you said, his athleticism, his quickness, and like his ability to scramble, his match with Neville's when Neville's hit the turnout from the single leg, and then he was able to fight that off was incredible. I really haven't seen a heavyweight scramble like that since maybe Kuhn when he was at heavyweight. Just incredible athlete, and which is a rarity to see, by the way, from an Iowa heavyweight.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm taking Cassiope. He was a beast, and I think that about wraps it up. Thanks so much, guys, for coming on. We're running out of time here, but really appreciate it. We'll have to get you guys back on here sometime.
Yeah, I want to do it when I'm in the studio and locked in. I apologize for kind of scramble today, gentlemen. I would love to do a play-by-play. Let's watch Schwab Guerrero and let's watch Ironside Colat and just act like we're broadcasting it.
Absolutely, that'd be so fun. We'll have to plan a time sometime.
Absolutely, count me in.
All right, guys. Until then.
Take care, gentlemen.
Yep. See ya.
What is up, everybody? I hope you enjoyed that video. Hopefully we can get Ryan Warner on and Dysen Gould back on HMA for some more cool videos. If you guys have any ideas, please let us know. We got plenty of free time on our hands, and we'd love to put out some content that you guys would enjoy. So please reach out to me, Jude, anybody. My email is sam@hmawrestling.com, so you can reach me there, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Just let me know any content you guys want to see. We are glad to put it out there. Thanks, guys, and stay tuned for more.